In this session, let me proceed with hindbrain, which is the posteriormost part of the brain. Hindbrain consists of again three parts, namely pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Pons, this one is the pons region, this one is cerebellar region, and this is medullary region. Pons is the neuronal link between cerebral cortex and cerebellum. It has pneumotoxic center which modulates or moderates the respiratory rhythm center functioning in medulla oblongata. In medulla oblongata, respiratory rhythm center is there. Its function is moderated by pneumotoxic center which is present in the pons. So, it is the neuronal link between cerebellum. It is the neuronal link between the cerebellum and cerebral cortex. It contains pneumotoxic center which moderates the respiratory rhythm center present in the medulla oblongata. Its function is moderated by the pneumotoxic center present in the pons, which is responsible for controlling the respiratory rate. So next, coming to cerebellum, it is the second largest part of the brain. It is also called little brain because first largest part of the brain is cerebral hemispheres. Two cerebellar hemispheres are present which are connected by vermis. Like these two cerebellar hemispheres are present connected by vermis in the center, where like brain, grey matter is present on the outside and white matter on the inside. But tree-like dendrites are present which are called arbora vitae. Tree-like appearance will be given. And three paired bundles of myelinated nerve fibers form communication pathways between cerebellum and other parts of the brain, central nervous system. The superior bundles will be connecting the cerebellum with pons, and inferior bundles will be connecting with medulla oblongata and spinal cord, and the central portion of the cerebrum has the bundles tracts called vermis, which are worm-like. These are the superior bundles with pons, these are the inferior bundles with medulla and spinal cord, and this is the pons. Coming to the functions of the cerebellum, it coordinates locomotor activity in the body, which is initiated by the motor areas which are present in the forebrain that initiates impulses. And cerebellum is vital to control all the muscular activities like running, typing, flying, etc. Coming to medulla oblongata, it connects brain and spinal cord. Medulla oblongata connects spinal cord and the rest of the brain. It contains centers which control respiration, cardiovascular reflexes, and gastric secretions, and mainly involuntary activities are under the control of the medulla oblongata. Respiratory rhythm center which control respiration is present, as I told you, in pons pneumotoxic center while we were discussing about the pneumotoxic center, and an autonomic nervous system which is formed by sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves which are supplied to the heart to regulate the heartbeat, and they regulate the diameter of the arterioles, the cardiac output, the ventricular contraction, and the strength of the ventricular contraction. Even though heart is myogenic because of its pacemaker tissue, muscle tissue, it needs the control of the brain also. Neural control is also required. The secretions of gastrointestinal tract are under the control of the medulla. So, if medulla is removed, what happens? If it is destroyed, death will be resulted, and the brainstem is formed by midbrain and hindbrain, as I discussed with you yesterday. Coming to the ventricles of the brain, What are ventricles of the brain? These are the hollow fluid filled spaces inside the brain. The ventricles present in the cerebral hemispheres or cerebrum are called lateral ventricles. Inside each cerebral hemisphere, lateral ventricle is present. These are first and second ventricles. And these ventricles, they connect with the third ventricle which is present in the diencephalon. We discussed like thalamus, hypo, epithalamus are there not in diencephalon. So the cavity of the diencephalon, the ventricle of the diencephalon is third ventricular diaceal. These lateral ventricles, they communicate with the diaceal with the foramen of Monro, interventricular foramina. And the third ventricle will be connected with the fourth ventricle which is present in the medulla, which is called metaceal, by a cavity canal that is called cerebral aqueduct or aqueductus of Sylvius or iter duct, which is present in the midbrain. Now the fourth ventricle continues back in the spinal cord as the central canal of the spinal cord or neuroceal of the spinal neuroceal. All these ventricles are filled with cerebral fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, which is secreted by anterior choroid plexus and posterior choroid plexus. So this fluid flows in ventricles as well as the central canal of the spinal cord. It acts as shock absorber and it also nourishes the brain tissue with proteins, glucose, water, etc. So these are the various ventricles present in the brain. The hollow fluid filled spaces inside the brain, lateral ventricle, third ventricle, foramen of Monro, and next fourth ventricle, third ventricle, aqueductus of Sylvius to the fourth ventricle, cerebrospinal fluid, anterior choroid plexus, posterior choroid plexus. So this fluid flows in ventricles and central canal of the spinal cord, which acts as shock absorber and also nourishes the brain tissue.